everyone, it's Melissa, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello and welcome. On this video, we will be designing with gemstones, and we are designing with the wonderful gemstone of Amazonite or Amazonite. This is one of my favorite gemstones. It comes in so many different colors and then different shades, but this is one of my favorite colors. It is about an A grade from a bead shop in Placerville, California, Artistic Beads and Studio, and I will go ahead and leave a link down below in the description for her website as well as her Instagram. And we are using the beautiful turquoise soft flex wire. You can just see how well it fits. And these are really large stones. They're about a 16 millimeter stone. So they do have some weight to them. So the back of the necklace is just going to be a very fine cable chain. So just kind of another spin on having kind of a gemstone statement necklace without having too much weight to it. And of course, the cost from the gemstones. And I'm using little glass beads. They were left over from one of the bead mixes, I believe from the Great Bead Extravaganza summer kit last year. So I just kind of been saving them. And then when I found this Amazonite, I just fell in love and they were a perfect pairing. Before we start creating, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It'll help my little channel grow, and I will leave links down below in the description for all the products I am using if they are still available, as well as a tutorial playlist for all other necklace inspiration. Let's start creating. So I added my beads onto the soft flex wire, just basic bead stringing, and I kept them on the spool. This just acts as a bead stopper and just kind of a design preference. So with the soft flex wire, if you notice it does say test strength 26 pounds. So for this, we're going to use two 2x2s just because the gemstones are a little heavy. You don't want your piece to break. So we're going to take two 2x2s and we're just going to slide them on just like we would a bead. And then we're going to double back through. I was debating either using the turquoise or the fluorite soft flex for this, but I think the turquoise just really stands out with that Amazonite, just kind of gives it a nice ocean inspired design. So we have our little connection point, and it's completely up to you how big you would like it to be. We're going to take our pliers and just give it a little smash with our 2x2. We do have two of them, so we have to do it twice. So now it is secure, but I just like to go ahead and round my pliers and squeeze again. This just gives it a more professional finish, makes it look like a little bead. Now there's just a little bit of soft flex wire. You could either trim that or depending on the next bead, you can just hide it directly under the next bead on your wire. We're going to slide all of our beads down. And I love working with gemstones. Every bead is unique, so you're not sure, the pattern. If you wanted to remake this, you're going to get a different design every time. And they're kind of like a little matte finish too, so super pretty. So then we're just going to cut a good workable length from our spool. And if you trim too much, you can always save your soft flex for a future project. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Add on our 2x2s and then just pass back through. We want our 2x2s resting up against that first bead. And we're just going to compare our connection points. They don't have to be perfect. You would just like them similar. And then we're just going to flatten our 2x2s and rotate. And we do have some extra soft flex, so we're just going to trim that. And just by holding it, it is pretty heavy. So I know I wouldn't want to make this as pretty as it is with this design for the whole part of the necklace. So by adding some chain into our design, it just kind of gives it a little bit more elegance. You can see that sparkle is just going to highlight from these larger gold beads. So just kind of a fun design option. And I'm going to make an asymmetrical necklace, which means my clasp is going to be on the side. So I have two lengths of chain that I already cut. These are about 10 inches. And then I have my necklace, and this is about 7.5. So with the clasp, will be about 18 inches for this necklace. And by connecting it to jump rings instead of attaching the chain directly to the soft flex, if you ever wanted to extend the length of your necklace or change out the clasp, you can do that without having to restring your project. So we're just going to need some 6 millimeter jump rings and a clasp of your choice. And I'm using a lobster claw. I'm kind of mixing metals. I'm using silver just so you can see the connection point. And this is a very fine cable link chain, so it is kind of tricky sometimes to get it through a jump ring. But we're just going to open up our jump ring, and you can use any size jump ring that you would like. We're just going to attach the two sides of chain to our jump ring, and then attach it to our soft flex and give it a close, just twist side to side. You should hear a little click when it's completed. I love how turquoise and gold, the colors just blend so well together. And then, of course, that beautiful Amazonite. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're not going to attach our clasp. We're just going to attach our open jump ring to the other two lengths of chain. So we'll just add our chain on. And then to our jump rings, you can always add like a little tassel or something. So kind of a design option. And we'll give it a close. And then we're going to take our last 6 millimeter jump ring, attach it to our soft flex, and add on our lobster claw. If you've had a toggle or a two-part clasp for this jump ring here, you would just attach like the bar of the toggle or the other part of the clasp. And we have our beautiful Amazonite gemstone necklace with our little asymmetrical clasp with some little check glass beads and then some gold spacer beads with a gold fine link cable chain. So super easy to make, very fun for the summertime or just when you just need a quick necklace project to create. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It'll help my little channel grow. And check out down below in the description for all the products used in today's video, as well as a tutorial playlist for necklace inspiration. Have an awesome day.